Hi, great people. Thank you for coming in. This is Hope for Every Day. And today I'm thinking about the new year. You know, when a new year comes in, that is another chance to begin again. That's another chance to start again. And each one of us has got a way of planning, organizing, how we can be able to start anew, how we can make it, we can be able to make it better and better. And so I think it's a good time we have a discussion on how to draft those resolutions, because they're very much important. It's good for you to plan. I normally say that is a good step, because failing to plan is planning to fail. So you've got to plan so that you can be able to begin the new year in the right way. So as you prepare for the new year, one of the key things that you need to do is to think about how the other year was. I normally say that it's good for you to do an appraisal of how the other year was. So when I talk about appraisal, it's basically evaluating what are some of the targets that you had, all those things, details. Did you or were you able to achieve your targets? Yeah, and then you can be able to plan ahead. There are some resolutions for the last year which also can be able to be carried forward to the new year. So it's a good opportunity for you just to look at it, evaluate it, and see what are you able to do, how are you able to make it to a new year. So before you plan, kindly have an analysis of how the other year was, and then you can begin to plan for the new year. Organize so that you can be able to plan and be able to achieve whatever you want to achieve. So a new year is a good opportunity for you to begin again. Have a meeting with yourself, plan very well how you will be able to undertake the new year. And there are different ways of working on it. You can be able to plan and set goals. Now this one will depend with each one of us. There are people who are going to have goals to do with health. Others are going to have goals to do with businesses. There are different goals that you're going to have: a project, buying land, buying a car, investing, and all those other things. So the first thing you need to do is for you to have a meeting, come up with a very good plan, set up goals. And when we talk about goals, you need to set achievable goals. It is very good and very much important for you to be ambitious, but again, you've got to have very realistic goals. And when you set these goals, don't just set goals for the sake of setting the goals. It's good for you to set the goals and come up with steps, smaller steps on how you can be able to achieve that particular goal. You can be able to unpack the goals so that you can be able to take a step at a time, smaller chunks, so that it can be able to be achieved. So it's good for you to set goals, plan, give them a timeline of when you want to achieve them. You can have goals to do with weekly, monthly, quarterly. It will depend with you, yearly, and such kind of things. So it's good for you to set goals, have a plan. If possible, the second thing you need to do is the goals that you have, or the New Year's resolution that you have, try and write them somewhere. I think visualizing is very much important. Different people visualize it differently. There are people who can put them in their laptops where they can see them easily. Others put them on in the phones, etc. But one of the ways I find very effective is just to write them down and put them where you can see them. You can put them in your bedroom and just say, these are the goals that you have. You can put them anywhere. It depends with you. So let them be very visible so that you can be able to see them, and you will be able to execute them. So a new year is a good opportunity for you and me to begin again. So, and for you to set the goals. And the other thing I want to recommend is the last 2 weeks of December are very key. I've been learning sometimes when the new year comes, we are engulfed with celebrations. It's a new year. Then within first week, second week, people begin planning for the resolutions. But there are so many things happening. And so sometimes you may find you may not even have enough time to plan for the goals and all those things. So my recommendation is the last week or the last 2 weeks of the last month or the last week of the year is very much important. The last week or the last 2 weeks, that will be very key time for you to plan your new resolutions. Write them down, set the goals, and plan them. It's good to be ambitious, but again, don't be unrealistic, like I've said, because you'll want to see you're making some good steps. So for me, it's just to wish you all the best. Make sure you plan the New Year's resolutions, because they're very much important. I would rather you plan them and you say I was able to achieve 1 or 2, or even say I planned them and I never achieved. I think that's a step, rather than failing to plan for anything. So plan them early and then come up with a good plan that is easy to implement. This is your plan, and you don't have to be at any pressure, because sometimes we give ourselves pressure. My wish is that you'll be able to come up with the resolution and then execute them step by step. You can January, February, by the time June comes, you've made some good steps. So I want to wish you all the best as you plan, execute, and implement and come up with the New Year's resolutions, because they are very much important. Kindly work on them the soonest. I know we are in festive seasons and people are very busy. Remember, the new year is coming, and because it is coming, actually it's coming very soon. I've been telling people I don't want to talk about we are going to do this next year. I've changed it. I'm saying in the next 1 week, in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, so as you celebrate, don't forget that there is a new year coming, and life has to continue, and you'd want to make some steps, some good progress. I know you might be there and possibly the year has not been good. Please don't be discouraged. There is always a chance to begin again. You might have reached to a point whereby you are saying, I don't think I'm going to plan the New Year's resolution. I don't need to plan anything. Just plan. Just plan. You never know. They will take off. See you guys. Cheers, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.